Hey, Mikhail.
Morning.
Good morning. All of our grades are in, and then I realized I zeroed out your class. Oops. So all your grades should be in. If you have done Odyssey Ware, then your scores are in. If you have not done Odyssey Ware, then get on it. If you're doing Google Classroom, great. Okay, friend. So somehow I managed to delete out. In one of those days. I need to delete the category. So let's change the category here. So how are you, my dear?
Fine.
Having a good day?
Yeah.
Any questions about any of the work that we've been talking about?
No.
Good. So the poem we read yesterday, and some of the poems that we did yesterday were called, remember what they were called? Reversos. What, in your opinion, is the purpose of a reverso? Why do we do them? Why do we use them? Why do we do them? Why do we use them? Yeah, why do people do those things? Why do people write?
I don't know.
Reversos?
I don't know. I never done a reversal.
Okay. And in that respect, why would you want to spend the time to write a poem that can be read backwards? Or upside down? Why would you want to do that?
Maybe if we write our poems just to make like stories and stuff like that.
To tell a story. And when you're telling a story, what's the whole purpose of telling a story? Why do you want to read a story someone wrote?
Like about their life and their career and what do they do in the future.
Yeah. And with that being said, why would you want how would you tell someone, you know, that has a different opinion than yours? How would you go about changing someone's view? Or is that the purpose of a reverso, is to have you read from two different angles? Is that the purpose of that type of thing? I mean, is that why we do reversos, is to get two perspectives of the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all have different ideas about the world and the way things work. We all have different ideas about artists and that kind of thing. Is the artist trying to convince you of anything in the first way that they write it? Or are they simply trying to get you to see their side of it? Or maybe they want you to make your own determination. What do you think?
Yeah. That's what I think. Their own determination.
And in many cases, when we see artists or see writers, they really just want us to what?
They really just want us to. They just really want us to.
Make our own determination about what we're reading, right?
Yeah.
They don't really care if there is how we really feel about it, right? They don't really care how we view them. They just want to put their work out there, right?
Right.
And in doing that, we think about, poetry as a form of communication or form of expression. In Odyssey, where you guys got a little activity that asked you, is poetry communication? Do you agree?
Yeah.
That it is? What is
Yeah.
it?
I agree.
Tell me why.
Because
Go
we have to do our own determination.
Okay. And if we determine that something is communication, what does that actually mean?
Communication means you communicate with others and communicate with other people around you.
And communication by definition means what?
Communication by the definition.
What's the purpose of it?
All right.
If we're communicating about something, what are we doing?
We.
Does
Oh yeah, we
communication-
like
Go ahead.
we like a so 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 the purpose of communication is like you so you communicate with others and you inform to express and we express feelings and to imagine and to influence and to meet social expectations.
Okay. And with that, is communication always verbal?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Can I communicate with you via writing?
You communicate with me doing a writing.
Can't I?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Can communication be nonverbal?
Nonverbal. I don't know to that.
It's okay if you don't know the answer. That's all right. Have you ever wanted to get something across to someone and they just weren't getting it?
Yeah.
You ever done any how do you say non-verbal gestures?
No, I never or sent nothing like that.
You've never flipped anybody off that wasn't listening to you?
No, I just mind
Lucky
my.
man. Wow.
I just mind my own business and be
You
I
flipped off
and
your sister?
huh?
You ever flipped off your sister?
No,
Oh my gosh, you're a gentleman. Have you ever made a funny face to somebody?
no,
No? Are you serious? Have you ever pouted?
no.
No, my goodness. Wow, Mikhail, you're not getting me very far today. Have you ever stared at somebody until they did what you wanted them to do?
No.
No, you're not getting me anywhere today. So you are just the only communication that you do in your life is talking. You don't text, you don't email, you
Uh,
don't roll your eyes,
no, I don't know how to roll my eyes.
you don't do any of that. Somehow I doubt it. You're just pretending to
No,
be.
I just don't do any of those bad things because I'm just a nice person.
Somebody says something that annoys you, you don't do this to them or shake your head at them or anything like that.
I just don't do that.
You do. Those are all communication, believe it or not. Communication is verbal, nonverbal, and everything in between. And it can be a combination of paraverbal, which means that what's coming out of my mouth is not what my body's doing. It can be something as simple as nonverbal, as in I'm rolling my eyes because, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Or I don't have to say anything for you to know my attitude or my personality or what's going on in my world. Not just me, but I'm talking to people in general. Communication does not have to be just verbal. Communication can be anything. It can be nonverbal, it can be written, it can be email, it can be text, it can be pictorial, it can be anything like that. There are like 5,000 different forms. It can be song, it can be all that kind of stuff. Believe it or not, yeah, the word communication literally means to put your ideas out there.
Idea of what?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a little clip here from Edpuzzle, types of communication. And I want you to tell me if it's verbal, as in they're talking, nonverbal, as in they're using their body language, or something else, or paraverbal, where they're using both. Okay? This is a
Okay.
scene from Friends. It's an Edpuzzle. And yes, poetry is a form of communication. So is singing. Okay?
Okay.
See if you can figure out the different types of communication present in this particular little clip.
Oh, wow.
Sound.
I honestly never expected this. I prepared a speech, but
On
I'd like to
purpose,
thank
there's
my
no sound.
parents, who've always been there for me. Also like to thank my friends, Chandler, Monica, Phoebe, Rachel.
I'm 40. You with your little maple syrup award.
Yeah, maybe you don't tell anyone about this.
Question. We're on the big screen now. First question from the Edpuzzle, my friend, is facial expressions are a way of communicating. What do you think Joey is trying to tell us? He's nervous, he's excited, he's sad. Based on his facial expressions. What do you think? What do you think, Mikhail? Is he nervous, excited, or sad? His friend just walked in to find him pretending to receive an Emmy Award. What does his facial expression tell us? And you are muted, friend. What does his facial expression tell us?
Oh, I forgot that I was on mute. I was saying he's nervous.
You're on mute. What does his facial expression tell us? You think he's nervous, excited, or sad? Now, build up to the moment. His best friend just walked in and saw him pretending to receive an Emmy Award with a bottle of syrup.
He
What's he feeling?
he was nervous.
He's probably very nervous. What gives it away? Uh-oh. What's she going to say about me, right? Can you get that? in a non-verbal communication? Can you get the feeling of nervousness from a writing perspective? Can you tell
Um,
the author of a book is nervous when they're writing? And if so, how?
I guess like when they're nervous, they just like don't know what to do and nervous to tell someone.
Oh, okay. I think I understand what you're telling me. If someone is nervous about something in a story, there'll be certain words that'll give it away, right? Their facial expressions will be described rather than we see it up close and personal. Interesting. But if we can see it in someone's face, we definitely know that they are feeling a certain way. Good job. Keep going.
Oh, it's not a big deal. I do that too with my shampoo bottle.
Really?
Yeah.
What award are you practicing for?
Grammy. Best new artist.
Oh, hey, listen. The Soapy's people called today and also get to present an award.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you'll definitely get on stage even if you don't win.
You don't think I'm...
But of course I do.
Okay. So now we hear them having a conversation or having a great conversation about winning an award. A person's tone of voice can quickly change the conversation. What is Rachel's tone? Is she supportive? Is she sarcastic? Or is she excited? And if you want to say rewatch, I'll hit the rewatch button.
I think Rachel and Joey are being sarcastic.
You think she's being sarcastic? Tell me what does it
Yeah.
mean to be sarcastic?
I don't know what sarcastic means. I know people say they're being sarcastic, but I don't know what that means.
Really, Mikkel? Are you serious? That's sarcastic. Sarcastic means, are you serious? What in the world? Sarcasm is anger's cousin. So sarcasm is where you say something that you don't mean in kind of a condescending tone. Supportive means that, yay, Joey, you won. Excited is, so based on their conversation, let's rewatch it.
Hey, listen. The Soapy's people called today and also get to present an award.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you'll definitely get on stage even if you don't win.
You don't think I'm...
But of course I do.
All right, so based on her body language and her facial expression, we know she's not being supportive. Oh, well, you get that. That was kind of that high pitch. She's being sarcastic. You are correct. Now,
Yes.
take it back to literature. How can you tell if the author is being sarcastic when you're reading something? What will they do?
They're being sarcastic because the author might might have issues about like being angry and trying to control your anger from others, and you just can't be angry, and you just gotta control your anger and
Yes.
just
And you'll feel their tone will come through their words. Their word choice will determine the tone of what they're talking about. If they're saying they were having a conversation and she put her hands on her hips, looked at him like this and said, really, Joey? We know that she's being sarcastic because we know what it looks like when we see it in person. But it's much harder to determine tone when you're reading a poem or when you're reading a story because we don't have the picture that the author has. So sometimes we can mix it up. So we look for context clues or we look to find out all the words that are in that story. Very nice, Mikhail. Last one. She's being sarcastic. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep. All right. Last one.
But you know, favorite returning character is a
Hey,
tough
Emily.
category, Joey. I mean, you're up against the guy who survived his own cremation.
I know I might not win,
Yeah.
but it's just... I've never even been nominated before. I want it so much.
Well, yeah, you know, probably get it. But you should probably start practicing your gracious loser face. You know, and like when the
All right. Friends often feel comfortable speaking together. Although this could hurt Joey's feelings, what did Rachel suggest Joey should practice? a dance, a crying face, or a losing face in case he didn't win? Emily, what do you think? What did Rachel suggest that Joey practice? A dance, a crying face, or a losing face in case he didn't win? Mikhail, which one do you think?
Um, uh, losing face.
A
in case
losing
he-
face in case he didn't win. Does Joey look like he believes her? He looked kind of incredulous, doesn't he? Good job. Yeah, I can play back. Yep. Joey looks very
His own
confused.
nation.
I know I might not win.
Yeah.
But I've never even been nominated before. I want it so much.
Well, yeah, probably get it. But you should probably start practicing your gracious loser face. And like
Oh, that's right.
You are correct. Very good. Good job. Last one.
and like when the cameras are on you and you want to look disappointed, but also that your colleague deserved to win, so it's sort of like,
Good. You practice losing at the Grammys too?
Oh, man.
oh no, at the
Ouch.
Grammys I always win.
This is Mackenzie.
You got loser face?
Sophie, 2. Gavin Graham from The Young and the Restless.
I never knew he was in the show. Communication can be displayed as using nonverbal communication. What did Joey do to show he was angry? Natalie, what did he do to show he was angry? Clapping, slamming his fist on the table, or smiling?
It doesn't look like he's slamming his fist on the table. It doesn't look like he's smiling, but he's clapping. He's clapping.
He's clapping.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's rewind it and find out. That's the face.
2. Gavin Graham from The Young and the Restless.
That right there. Yep. See, it's easy to miss nonverbals unless he says something. So we can always change our answer to slamming his fist on the table. If you were reading this in a story and you wanted to show the character was angry, he made a gigantic mean face. He slammed his fist on the table and he jumped up and down in anger. You have to be more direct when you're using it that way.
Like you're slamming your fist on the table, like if you're very mad at something and
I do
something.
when I want to emphasize something. Very nice job. So that's nonverbals. That's communication. So we go back to discussing, Mikhail, since the first question minute of class I asked you, is poetry a form of communication? Yes, it is. It's it's verbal, it's written. We get the idea of what the author is trying to tell us by reading. Very nice. Very short little activity there today, guys. I appreciate your patience and understanding. Please keep pushing away. Your grades, for some reason, for the freshman class, I have to figure out why. I don't know, but they've all been turned into homework assignments. Not really sure what's going on with that. I have to figure out how to fix the categories, but your scores are in Sapphire. You'll just have to look at them individually. IPRs are done. They're ready to go out to you guys as far as your scores are concerned. Okay, you guys are doing fantastic jobs. Get the work in for Odyssey Wear if you can, and we'll make it up from that point forward. If you get an IPR that you don't like, just put a little bit more work in, okay? And if you're getting confused about, send me a message. I'm skipping a lot of the assignment. Projects are optional. You do not have to do them. Okay, fair enough? Okay, thanks for coming. There is no live meet tomorrow and there is no live meet on Friday. If you need me, you can call me or you can email me, okay? Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
All right.
See you leaders.